Yeah, everything worked out, but at 7:45, I'm gonna have Dr. Oglesby come here, and you helped her before, you had an iPad, remember she was trying to, like, or something, showing us. No, remember, it was less of it. You're breaking up, what? At 7:45, so I just wanted, you're welcome to come down to see if you need to install something here, or, yeah. Are you gonna be here? Are you? How many students do I have? I have about 30 or less. Why? Yeah, oh, by the way, next semester I'm gonna be teaching in room 317. Okay, well, you're gonna take care of the scheduling, because I'm teaching Monday and Wednesday evenings. Okay, because I'm gonna be in I'm gonna be, just so you know, Monday night from 6:30 to 9, and Wednesday night, 6:30 to 9. And where would we have to go? Which room? You want me to put me in? 116, how many fit in there? 32. And you think it's worth it, or you just want me to try it out so I could,
You guys aren't funny.
I actually love 6:30.
And in the new room that you'll be giving me, is set up the same, and what do I have there that I don't have here?
I got a little scared about tomorrow.
I'll say that one's good.
I need the holiday.
Okay, let's try that out. I'm like in the middle here, let's try it out at the beginning once I Pardon? No, I'm in this class, we're gonna continue from 6:30 to, she's just coming in at 7:30. I think it's too much, let's just stay here. Oh, there it will be easier to connect your iPad, is that what you're saying? Okay, you know what, let's do this, when she comes, you'll come and then we'll all go there together, I guess. Yeah, when she comes, and then I guess we'll, try to move, huh? Yeah, come and get us, when she comes, come and get us, she may come in early, I don't know, but when she comes, then we can move classes. Pardon? Yeah, set up, let's try everything out there. So, here we go, is somebody right now in the classroom, is that it? Yeah, you can see if they're there, and that way you can just go prior work. And then you know that you're gonna bring us iPad, you can see how that's gonna work, and then we'll be able to see what like, I think they scheduled me for about 40 students, So if we can get another room, and they schedule me tentatively for 317. But you guys are in scheduling, so you should be able to. Okay, thanks so much for your help. As I mentioned before, it will be a recommendation. Reach out. Okay? Thank you. And then just come over around 7:40. Yeah, we'll see the class. Yeah, check it out now. Yeah, check the room out to see if it's available. There's no use us moving. Yeah, no, that'll be perfect for her. I'd rather do that than go to the,
I like that name.
yeah, and that way I can see, I can test it out, I can see what's available. Okay, perfect.
I love it.
Okay,
Just after her.
ciao, bye. guys, how we doing? What's up? Let's get our name tags out.
Do you have office hours outside of test time?
I have it, on Monday nights, starting at 6:30 PM in here.
Do you have any other days?
And then I have Wednesdays here, and then if you need to, you can, we
When,
can arrange
when
some
on Wednesdays?
Wednesdays after this class. But if you need to, we can work out, you know, send me an email, we'll work out something, we can do, a virtual sometimes, you know what I mean? We can do, or you can talk on the phone, and we can find a time to meet together. I'm always open. We'll work out sometime, but after the class, then we're gonna figure that out. Or after the class, to kind of figure out, or send me your money. We'll work out something, I'm sure, with all our schedules somehow. Physically, virtually, that's the whole idea. Okay, folks. All right, everybody get their name tags out, we'll start, you start these both?
Yeah.
They're live? And, let's see, we're going live here. Live here. Okay. So let me go live here. So, 6:30, we'll start on Hangouts on Air. We'll start, I'll let you know what we're gonna do.
You can run from the dorms to here. It's like the entirety of the time on the stairs.
Part of your exercise routine?
Yeah. Yep. Keep in mind, today is my daily Find Mind Stories day. I think this day at least once a week because it's staying fit. I hate my nuts. So I actually started on the app today. Actually, no, yesterday. Adding I is, this is a little harder to do in class.
That's the thing, you know, I was surprised that Wix had bought a couple of companies, those app development companies. I'm surprised they haven't come up with them, because that's one of the things that Wix not only needs, but they've done some nice design.
Like I tried using Adify, I kind of have a good layout. Here's the thing though, some of their features are actually really dumb. There's a feature called augmented reality, which is literally what we're doing, right? However, in order to use it, you need to have your own software. You need to have AR technology.
Yes.
Of course, you can do other things too, like AR measuring and 3D object positioning, but it's only supported on iOS. And the AR scanner, I don't even know what it does. So. I got the design, I just the website.
It's Kansas University.
So I actually, no, no, it's okay. No.
Well, there's a family on Saturday. Yeah.
God, I had this thing on.
I don't know. Yeah, but he would stop by the floor. Chef was, you know, like,
Yeah, I gotta come up with an idea.
Okay, so.
So someone's dad is ABC
I don't know how to share this really. I kind of use my personal account because it lets me sign up. It's making me pay for all this stuff. Again, I just discovered this thing maybe Sunday night. I couldn't do any work Monday because I had
She has two tests now, they have one.
dashboard, however,
And then we're not
the
going
website,
out.
I'm kind of like out of it.
We're staying at the one black.
Where's that? Oh boy, I forgot to add my new. take a picture now, but my hair gets progressively worse as the day goes on. Because I'm gonna fix it at 5 It can just be whatever. It's kind of an hourglass. There's a thing called read more here that I can maybe have it on maybe pop up or something. Show the next which of us. Of course, it's not going to say anything like AI director. It's going to say, hi, students.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta do that. Another person.
Emma, is that okay that she's coming over then? I was trying to help you.
Yeah, I mean, she's,
So yeah, I gotta.
I'm just gonna do homework. No, you did not.
Well, I want her to leave too because I have homework. That's why I said come over.
I didn't actually have to change.
It's Brian's. I wore it because he's at an interview today and left me yesterday, so now I can smell it again.
His interview for
John, darn. Is she doing so? His interview at the University of Maryland. Yeah.
are you still helping like
Yeah, he still has a chance at Duke, but Maryland seems promising, and we could see each other like every weekend and only each have to drive 2 hours to get to each other, so that's nice. I ate 2 Three Musketeers and I'm fluffed.
you're fluffed?
I'm fluffed.
I like that.
I think it's fun size and fluff filled, I guess. I don't know. Honestly, fluffed. I thought it's my sister. A lot of the weird things I say. Absolutely not. I haven't taken it since senior year of high school.
But I haven't taken it in a long time.
I cannot help you.
I was like I took 3 years of Calvin high school, but sometimes.
You took 3 years of Calvin High School. I took it 1 year past the first AP test and I haven't looked at the math since.
Well, I took Calvin in sophomore year. You have to take 4 years of calculus, so like you just have to keep.
That's
you have to
yucky.
take 4 years of math, and I suppose you just have to keep
Yeah.
going.
I did not do that. Like for your questions. She helped with multiple choice.
Oh, yeah. I just know, it wasn't that I didn't know it, I just couldn't find it in the book.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, when I do the first time, I get that answer back.
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't find that in the book itself.
Because I get like -4 a lot.
Today?
I guess we're -1. Oh, it's because we're on standards. Yeah, we had to change our own class. So
Do we have another guest speaker today? Yeah.
Here's a
You
job.
have to walk home to you,
Really? Where?
I like walking. I have to go pick up Ryan from the airport tonight. I want to.
Okay, we should go straight
Yeah, I do have work.
And I could ask my roommate, but I feel kind of bad.
So the school is, what time is it?
Mine's at like 9:30. Yeah, but we support Lauderdale.
Oh, never mind.
I don't want to go by myself.
Oh, wait, this. No, I'm gonna see my guys.
Remembering what you memorized and then applying.
it's worse than
someone like
I think for me, right?
me. I think it's like there's nothing wrong with it. I don't take a lot of things.
now I'm taking
She's not coming, right?
No, she's on her way to an interview.
Yeah, that's a good job.
I feel like
Then she was like,
Because I worked till 8, I was like, and then I got off at 12, and I was
oh, just like
at least like the and I wake up at like and like something else, but I'm like, I almost slept for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And this morning I woke up with 78 texts, 16 emails.
Yeah.
Y'all need to calm down. I slept for 4 hours.
My first test.
I was like, so I just like put like I literally went like I woke up, I showered, I went to my pain buddy thing, and then I did a class so that so I haven't like sat down and like scrolled through my phone to answer a call. And then he texted me, are you okay? And it like popped up. And I was
Well,
like,
at first I was like, alright, I'm not gonna get mad she's not answering until I check if she's okay.
and also like I'm not kind of sleep so I don't get like the notifications. Like I don't wake up and like have
Yeah.
notifications on my screen. It's just like blank.
Yeah.
So until like I open it and I click go on it.
The muscular systems.
no big deal.
Yeah, it's
Just like,
take
I just like
But then like,
okay. You don't think she's let me move the final step? She's not gonna let me.
No, I was going to ask her, but I don't even think I
Because
will.
my friend, my mom couldn't won her public tickets for December 12th.
I don't think she's gonna let me move your exam. But like,
All of my exams are on one day, and I just want to, like, I
All
have all
mine
my
are the
exams on the
last day.
6th, and then I have to wait till 12 for this thing.
That's
And I know that it's going to be exactly
Yeah.
like
See,
the
at
other
least I
thing.
have like 2 on the 7th and then like 1 on the 11th.
I have 2 on the 12th and I graduate at 13.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting!
I want to be here.
Oh, you want to be here?
It's scary.
Yeah, that is.
We're starting. It's scary until like something
When you get to do.
But that's fun. But it's just like you get so used to it.
Let me,
Then it's like all of a
go to
sudden a
course.
change. From, like,
You're like
not
a
getting
freshman again.
Yeah. And like not
A
getting educated
blackboard,
constantly.
and let me talk about it. So today, everybody have your name tags out. Let's start. Welcome back. Today what I want to cover is I want to cover your projects and your development. I want to talk about standards and performance. HL7. And then what we have is we have a guest speaker from Modernizing Medicine. She's scheduled to come in about an hour. And what we'll do is she's going to be showing their new electronic health record and talk about how they use their technology, how they use physicians in a different way in their company, how they interact with their programmers and their salespeople. And probably what we'll do is we may change at that 7:45, we may change rooms to an upgraded room. They're trying to upgrade these rooms they're going to have to do live streaming there and the Apple TV, so we may switch rooms. We'll see how that goes. So any questions? Let me go through a bit with you, housekeeping. Next week, we have class. The following week, anybody know what it is?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, right, everybody, I don't have to tell you, it's Thanksgiving break, and the following week is our last time together. So, unbelievable, huh? So, I will be sad too, but there's other times we can get together. But, besides that, I want everybody to do their presentation, that final one.
So this is essentially the Wednesday after Thanksgiving.
So it's due Wednesday, Thanksgiving. I give you feedback And the final of the project will be due at the time of our exam. Because I want to give you all the opportunities to get a great project, so I'll be able to give you feedback. I don't want to be in the situation, you turn in the project and then, let's say you get a B or a C and you say, well, what was wrong with it? And I said, well, you needed this, that, you needed to beef up your app, you needed to add something to your website. And you said, well, if we would have known. So the whole idea is, remember, the agile development is to give you the feedback. Yes, Chelsea?
Okay, so we submit, I guess, the first draft the Wednesday during Thanksgiving break?
No,
No.
you're gonna be presenting that after Thanksgiving break, you'll be doing your presentation of your project. And you know what is a good, I think, sample for that? Remember the woman who I was so critical here? You remember, I was really hard on her. She did do a good PowerPoint where she talked about, if you go back to her PowerPoint that we posted, she put up, you know, what was the problem, what was the issue. What I had contention with is she didn't know basically how she was gonna do her revenue model, and she was leaving everything to our programmers, but you could use that. And one of the things that you can do for your presentation, we'll talk about it, is even create a PowerPoint, some kind of PowerPoint showing what you have, and then having one of the links to your website or your links to your screencast and your links to your app. So that PowerPoint where you're doing it can be used. The other thing that I want to make sure that everybody understands is that you need to put within your project what is the business model. How are we going to sustain this? Whether it is so what's happening in the background is somebody's listening to it and also doing voice to text. So for like for instance for the blind that basically can read their screen, so they're trying to basically look at that as well. So hopefully that'll be shut down in the background. But I just wanted to let you know that was happening. So this is a thing that you need to do. Is it going to be a subscription method? Is it going to be, in a way, software, a SaaS model? SaaS. Anybody know what that is? Look it up.
What is it? Software as a service.
Software as a service. What is that, Roy?
So it's kind of a software, you just sell the actual, pre-built thing to the company that needs to use it.
It basically is like a subscription model.
Yeah.
I'm going to be basically on the cloud, right? You'll have a subscription to my service. I'll charge you, Roy, monthly, let's say $100 to use my service, or I'll charge you by the number of seats that you have or the number of people in your company that are using the service. So a lot of times that's a popular one that we do, software as a service. So this must be put, and the way, how am I going to sustain it? Because just to have it free, what is it going to be, ads, or what are we going to do? Maybe partnerships with health companies or insurance companies, partners with universities, wellness centers. Okay, so we have this going. So what's the next thing I need to do? So let me go to a couple of things here. Let me go to our audit area, 450 audit. And then can we do this here on the course documents? I have group 1. Okay, so the first thing I want everybody to do is you have the URL for your website. I want the URLs for the website to be right underneath the group. So everybody can go to all the groups, right? And you can see then, in all the groups, you can see then your URL. So let's do that now. Everybody have the URL for your websites? Yeah. Put that at the end of your groups. Okay? So let's do that. I'll give you a minute to be able to do that. So So, and hopefully that background noise, we won't, hear. Let me just make sure I'm sharing my screen. Yeah, can we shut down then that voice? Thank you. All right, so we got that. Okay. So, let me do that, that's fine.
That was you?
Okay, so I have one group here. So I have Corey. So let's see that, I have Corey, Nico, and Ty.
Yep.
Did you have a question? Did you want to ask me too?
No.
I had a question earlier. So we're presenting our project for the first time the week after Thanksgiving, and then on that final period, like for the final period, are we presenting again, or are we just
No,
turning it in?
no.
Okay. just turn
You'll,
it in.
but it'll be you'll have it uploaded, you'll have everything done. There's no reason to do it again, and hopefully, that last week, it'll be little things that I'll tell you about, you know what I mean? And hopefully, the whole idea is that by that week, you finish with the project. That's my goal. But of course, there are gonna be other things that you're gonna be adding, but we'll get continual feedback, that's what I want. And I want everybody to do the best that they can, yes.
Do we have another exam?
Yes, we have an exam. When the
Is it
schedule,
the fine, it's not the last day class, it's like a final
Yeah.
period?
so I think, what did we say, December 12th, was it, something like that, huh? Yeah, December 12th at, what was it, 8 o'clock at night, or? Yeah, check it out in terms of, check it out in terms, and I'll go over what the exam will be. It'll be 2 parts, just like the first one, but I'll try to make it as most, just the new chapters, not the entire, all the chapters. 'Cause I want you to spend more time concentrating on your projects. Okay, what else? Okay, so, tell me about this. Who wants to tell me?
So I was looking, you mentioned to Corey about just looking into like healthcare and blockchain and where blockchain could fit in.
Right, so what
And
is,
I was looking specifically at like clinical trials that pharmaceutical companies are doing.
yes,
And it already costs so much and it's such a like a risk. And that data is like very sensitive, like if it were to get out to other companies or competitors or whatever.
okay.
So sort of just
Keep it in blockchain for security purposes?
for security purposes, and then on the other side, with clinical trials, like patients who could utilize them aren't aware of like trials they could be taking.
And then they're gonna get, and we're gonna have a token with this?
Yeah, so they could
And they
be-
get rewarded that way?
Yeah, their medical information or whatever, and I'm think like, I don't know how we would show it, but it would sort of run through the database of trials and sort of pair with the medical, right? That's what I was thinking.
We can even have 2 parts. Let me make sure mine. We can have 2 parts. One, we can store some maybe patient data on the blockchain, and the matching part, we could do in a regular database. Because the blockchain, what's the problem with the blockchain is still the technology, it's slow. Because what's happening, it's getting repeated along that blockchain. My data keeps on getting repeated, like if it's a peer-to-peer, my data then gets, let's say, to your computer, to his computer, along the chain. So we can do a hybrid model. We can also do possibility of permissioned blockchain, where it's a closed system just among patients that may be more secure. I think it's a good idea.
Okay, that's good.
You know, something around that, and there's a lot of, and talk about business model. these folks for the pharmaceuticals, all those clinical trials, big bucks in that. They really they need it, they won't get FDA approval if they don't have the right patients. That's one of the drawbacks in clinical trials is they don't get the right person, just not getting anybody, just not coming to the university and just picking up students. Not like the blood drive, where they'll be in front of the wellness center, just give it blood. It's so specific. I'm looking for a certain person with diabetes that's insulin dependent, at certain ages that I have to try for these. So I think it's a good idea. And then you'll put within it, you'll give some kind of token, incentivize, and then maybe later on incentivize them for the second part, for being healthy, or incentivize them to continue. And then you can do another part of incentivizing them not only to participate in the study, but to continue giving their data. If I'm getting something in return. And then maybe getting the reports back, getting additional help functions. So do the research on what's happening with the clinical trials. Your problem is what are the bottlenecks in clinical trials? And how blockchain and how your ideas can help. What is your major? Nico?
Marketing, health management.
So it fits. Okay. And then you have the team.
Yeah, but yeah.
Who's the team? Nico.
I lost a lot of it.
Nico. And Ty, we've had a lot of, now it's, what can I say? What can I say? And Corey looks the best. I don't know, okay? All right, a motley crew, that's all I can say. All right. We need those guys, John, we need those guys to check out their faces, right? From the last class. Okay. Oh, what did I do? Hopefully I didn't mean to do that. Let's see. Let me see on the other end here. We need to do another, all right, so let me just go back in. I got myself out by accident. No problem. So let me go to courses. Let me go to audit. Let me go to, you should have done it, right? Let me go to course documents. So I have here, okay. So who else has, okay, so Lauren, group 3. Fiona, Daniel, okay, Easy Health, so tell me about this.
So we changed our idea a little bit.
Okay.
We're trying to facilitate making healthcare easier for the patient. So this is
Get control of your healthcare needs at the tip of your fingers.
on the app, it'll remind you to take your medication, it'll tell you about the side effects, it'll remind you when you need follow up appointment, and just everything that makes healthcare look
Okay.
easier.
The other thing, just in the way it looks, right?
Yeah, we're gonna cut it down.
Yeah, cut it down, and also that white on the gray, use a different font, right? And cut it down, nobody wants to read a whole, rather bullet points kind of thing. Yeah, we got something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm happy that we have something to respond with, okay? And about us, meet the team, you can meet the team, okay? So we're gonna do an app, what are we doing?
Yeah, we're gonna make an app also. That one's in the works.
Okay, all right, so let's see it for next week. Folks, you're gonna have to do not double time, but quadruple time between now and next week, because that's the last time I can give you feedback and I want you to eat turkey, right? That's the last time I want,
Do you have any advice for
advice.
Yeah, for the
Is that well?
What do you mean by?
It's like we do a change, like,
Can't hear you.
just things you would change, like after the plans and that.
Do you want like several different pages on the website?
Well, however you want it, but it should be clear, what is your objective, and that somebody can understand, yeah, I know what the problem is. Okay, folks, if you wanna speak, what did I say? Text each other. Okay, next. Group 4, Faith and Lauren.
Yep.
So what's going on here? Did you make it linkable?
You might have to copy and paste.
Yeah, I don't wanna copy and paste, so make it linkable. Okay. So, make these, okay. Gabrielle, Kelly, and Danielle. Open a new window. Okay. Serenity, I always like Serenity. Serenity now. So what is this about?
The tabs at the top.
What? Hold on.
Yeah.
Take what?
Oh, the tabs at the top are just like different items. So we kind of did like a mock up of some of them. So if you go to like meeting,
Meeting?
yeah, if you go there, like our idea is like
Yeah,
you click the location
yeah.
and then that'll send you straight to a page where it says all the states and like the different
Okay,
locations
okay,
you
so
can get
it's
the
where
meetings.
Where I can go for
Yeah.
meetups and things like that.
And
Okay.
then if you go to like something, scroll up to the top, like treatment center locator.
Mhm.
I didn't do all 50 states, but like Florida
No, you
would.
did Florida's enough.
Florida
Just
would be
one.
an example, and then like I couldn't find a link that like gave all the treatment centers in Florida, but I put a useful link that was like the 10 best reviewed.
Yeah, right, start.
And
Okay,
then resources has like meditation, which will lead you to a free meditation website. Like the big book is like the AA thing, and then daily reflections, it'll lead you straight
And then
to
you're gonna
there.
do an app?
I think we could keep it on the website. If it's still like accessible in every way on the website.
Okay, you can see it on the phone.
Yeah.
So what needs to be done here?
I have a question about if you go to more and or actually go to the Let's Chat one.
Let's chat.
Okay.
Okay.
So like I don't know what your idea is with developing this page, but if you click on it, it'll come. Okay. So like I put the link to download Zoom for free and stuff, but I mean the idea is generally to like be able to have people put in their contact information and kind of like have a profile and find each other that way, but like how do I represent that like on here as our mock-up? You know what I mean?
Well, let's talk about it, but it should be in a way in which you may even say schedule an appointment, and you can even have an appointment where you can say, you can make like a little mock-up, we're gonna meet here.
Okay.
And then if you can't make it physically at this place,
Download this and come.
join
yeah.
us.
Okay.
So it's almost like our class, right? We're gonna meet at 6:30 to 8:30.
Yeah.
If you can't come, then join us remotely.
Okay.
And then join us remotely, you can sign in. If you don't feel like signing in, go anonymously
Okay.
without authentication, and you can view it.
Okay.
If you want to participate, then you need something else. And
Okay.
then if you want to hide your face,
Okay.
or distort your voice.
Okay. And
So
then.
I'd even start off with, for a sample, this is what we have scheduled, this is our calendar, what we
Okay.
have scheduled.
Okay.
And we're gonna bring that out to a number of different cities, a number of different states. We're gonna even start off with, let's say, Miami.
Okay. Okay.
And I would view it as we're starting off with a certain city, and then we'll expand, and then we can have different chapters and different networks that will be leaders in the community.
Okay. And then.
And then you can start with peer-to-peer and things like that. But what I would do is, when I get to Serenity, is I would put something where I know what this does.
Okay. Okay.
Right, because just Serenity.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you go to the More tab, I don't know if we should just delete this idea or not, but if you go up to the top and you click on More and the breathalyzer one, so like, I don't know if this was like taking it too far, but like, that's just the idea to create like a breathalyzer like SoberLink is a type of breathalyzer, and like, the thing is they don't give you like direct feedback to like family.
This breathalyzer is a physical device?
Yeah, it's like a thing right now.
So what I would do on this one is maybe on one of mine put products.
Okay.
As
Oh,
I
and
had
give the
like
link.
product,
Okay.
I put a link here for products and then have one example breathalyzer.
Okay.
And then you would have in the future. The other thing, folks, add this, is future plans. So I want a business model and I want a new future plans. So what do we have planned in the future?
And then where would you, is this business model like gonna be a tab on our thing to like show
Somewhere
you?
you're gonna do a business model of are you charging for it?
Okay.
Or is it subscription, am I going with hospitals, right? You may have part of it there, part of it you may wanna put in, your PowerPoints of what your business model is,
Okay.
If I'm looking for sponsors,
Oh, true.
company sponsors, then you could have a place here. If you're interested in sponsoring, having your ads here, or it may be something where you can think about with Nico, people that wanna be on trials, clinical trials, There's a new clinical trial to help with, smoking cessation or alcohol cessation or something like that. That you maybe can fund it through theirs. Think about creative ways into funding this.
Okay.
How'd that work out? Okay, let me just do this again. All right, okay. So is this a linkable, group 7? Or James, make it linkable, so I can click on it. Okay, William?
Yeah, those are 3 different.
Oh, you have one, okay, William and, okay, they're all linkable?
Yeah, I think so.
No, Danielle's is not. Okay, so let me I'll start with Yami, in here. Price transparency in healthcare, okay? Pricing tools, it's a good start. So what's next?
Next, I have to, in that middle section,
Yeah.
there's like 4 parts, there's one part that I need to fill out, and then if you there, I have to link to the tools
Yeah.
that we have.
And then you can review them and what, and then there can be another one, what's our next step? What's our future plans? And our future plans, we,
In the top part, I put, if you go up a little bit,
yeah,
right here, if you scroll, no, down one, yeah. If you scroll to the right,
yeah.
there's a section that I put like improvements, that's where I'm gonna put, it's like a little slide.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
So
Okay.
challenges, and then the last one is improvements.
Okay, okay, you need that, okay, very nice, it's a good start, compared to what we just spoke of a couple of days ago, you made good progress, okay. All right, so that would, and then and then you did, William, you did yours?
Well, yeah, I brought back the old one.
Okay, so we're gonna add things, and then we can do it, and in this one, we can make it,
I was gonna make it like, I was gonna change the title a little
yeah,
bit.
change the title with the healthcare, with an emphasis on healthcare, health sector, and you can even break it down, like health devices, how the health sector is broken down.
I was gonna add like menus at the top about like,
Yeah.
maybe the history of healthcare over like the last 10 years in the market.
Right, I'd even do shorter time,
Okay.
I'd even just do the past, couple of years, or where they think the future is, in terms of, I make it shorter time frame.
Okay.
Perfect, okay. Next, well, who's it? So, questions on what we need, so everybody understand what we, need to do, so I'm gonna go to 450 audit. So the 2 things that I make sure that I want is, 2 parts. So did the group 1, did I see yours, or not yet? Okay, comfort you, okay, so what is this?
So basically, I think we mentioned it last class,
Yeah,
it's gonna
the
be,
SDTs things, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
so what do we need to add?
so right now, we're still in the process, it's all work in progress. You know, we sat together,
Well, we got something, which is good,
We
and then
worked
we
it
have
out.
our team
Oh, yeah, yeah.
about us.
Yeah, our team really into
Gorgeous people.
our
Okay.
pictures.
Okay,
We haven't written
Roy
anything
looks
yet.
good too.
Yeah.
Emma and Emily,
Doctor.
I don't know,
Yeah, not yet, so.
Emily, you look better than that, but anyways, go ahead.
So we basically sat down, we have like our infrastructure down of what we wanna do for the app, we're using
Okay.
a web, mobile development kind of like design where we can click on, without coding. where we
What are
can-
you using?
Fluid UI,
Okay,
so have you heard of it?
yeah.
Yeah, so, we're gonna basically create that, link it here, and then make the entire presentation good to go.
Okay.
Got everything.
All right, we're on a roll.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right, group 3, I went over, right? Lauren, Faith, did I see yours? Not yet. Okay. So, tell me.
So this is the website about the app that we're making.
Okay, this is changing what it means to be there for our veterans. That's a good one, that's it. Everybody see that? It's kind of like, at least, you know what I'm saying, Kelly, when I'm telling you about like a logo or something, Serenity, something kind of like, it gives a feel for what it is, what it should be, right? Online, application that connects, right, I like these, because they're short. You know, you can kind of see what you're doing, what is funny, or?
We just had a typo, but we see it now.
Okay, well, I'm just pleased that, you know, we're getting the idea, that's the beauty of showing it to everyone, you know, you can look at it all day long. Consistent care, 24/7 live support, customization. Okay, then you put, okay, so what needs to be done?
So then once we like finish the design of our app, we can like put more of that stuff in there.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, I don't know about you guys can make it look nice, you know what I mean, but this is not good in terms of the contrast and stuff, but that's nothing, you know what I mean? And contact us. Do we have about us? Your team? Huh? Oh, okay, good, our team, don't they look good, see? And then you take even fake pictures, they're real good looking, exciting women that are right there. Okay, so, okay, and we're here for you, okay? Okay, and then we gotta figure out how we're gonna get this funded. So maybe if somehow we can get it funded with the VA kind of treatments or other people, all those things that support our vets and things like that. Getting some of those dollars sent to us and supporting our vets or giving some, we have to be creative in ways in which this needs to be funded. Okay? And then services and maybe matching up services to people, you know, these are people that wanna help, these are areas, and I don't know if you wanna do self-help groups too, that we can do. Okay, so we got that, idea going. Okay, and then we got Comfort You as well. Okay. What's next? So, hopefully we can do the audit, of course, documents. Right, the group, right, group 2, I've seen group 3, I've seen group 4, group 5, did I see yours? Kaylee and John, no? Yes, no? Huh?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay, so, when, let's say, continue. Did I go to the wrong one? Yeah, you put the wrong link. It's late. I was gonna say, God, I've seen that somewhere before. Okay, Gabrielle, Kelly.
You
and
did that.
Danielle. What, I've done it, right?
Yeah.
And then Cindy, I did it, no? Okay. Loading. Okay, so tell me.
Our business is about reviewing fitness wearables that are currently on the market so that consumers who are potentially looking to buy a wearable, they can come to our website and find the professional review of that specific wearable, and we'll have it breaking down by different features that wearable may have. So at the beginning, you're scrolling through our team, we're gonna put in a little bio about each of us.
Right, we don't have it yet, or we will, okay, but it looks nice, you all look good, okay.
We'll also insert our services and put in links
Business phone,
to
right.
what we'll offer, as well as our funding model. Like we mentioned last class, we picked 4 specific wearables that we're going to review, and once we finish our video review using Zoom, that'll be hyperlinked into the video, the review button, and we'll have our partners represented and our future directions.
All we have to do is do it. Well, we got a plan.
Right.
I think it looks good.
Our layout is okay though?
Yeah, yeah.
And
I mean, you guys can do the layout and improve the layout. It has to be decent, but it has to be good. And these are the products that you're gonna review?
Those are the 4 main ones that we'll start with, but the idea of our company is moving forward, we'll also incorporate other medical wearables.
And what I would sense here is how do we get, there should be an area of how do I get more of these products to review from reaching out to the community to give us ideas on what to review, other people to be volunteering to be reviewers.
Okay.
And then vendors, if you want your product to be reviewed, these are the specs and what we want to be reviewed.
So incorporating our
So both, and then who can pay for it, then you'll think about different ways, but you wanna be reputable, but then you can say that in some ways, we're gonna be reviewing, and even if you want to sponsor us as vendors, we still will be somehow giving the idea that we're credible. Just like on the internet, all those influencers love all those products because they got paid for it, right? So we wanna have a higher credibility offering for it. And maybe part of this, which is interesting, I'm going back to Nico's group, is yours can be, clinical trials can be done on these. What is the efficacy of some of these watches and some of these bands, and maybe we can be part of clinical trials. Okay? Very good. Okay, next. Okay, William, okay. So Danielle, did you put something in?
Yeah, I did, it's not leaking, so I'm trying to wait.
Okay, so ask somebody to help you. Okay? All right, next, Sean, Deb, and Isaiah. So, Deb was away, right?
Yes, Deb is out of town.
Yeah, I remember you told me. So tell me what this.
So this is what we have so far. Again, our idea was about trying to find a way to allow people to sort through a couple different criteria to find insurance plans that work best for them.
Yeah.
So right now, we kind of have an overview of what our services are. We have intro to our team, like we just have our names down at this point.
Yeah.
If you go to the conditions tab up at the top,
Yeah.
this is actually one of the ways we were thinking of like sorting. So like people with pre-existing conditions could sort based on their various type of condition as like a type of filter, but we're still working on like some of the link pathways
Okay,
for that.
okay.
And we're also still looking for like insurance marketplaces and like brokerages to like link to and
Yeah.
partner with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is what
That was a good start. Good. Okay. All right, okay. All right, and then, Liz, Kyle, and Monica, what are we doing?
So ours is still aimed at, like the elderly population, but also being focused on their loved ones and kind of like a place for the fidelity proxy, so someone can have access to all of their information. And like booking appointments and organizing everything and having like important.
So who's gonna go to the site, their loved ones, or who is?
The elderly person, and they can also delegate access to loved ones in case they're not in the state that that they can.
Okay, so if I'm an elderly person, I'm gonna go to this website and, or, you're gonna have an app too?
Yeah, I feel like an app probably would be good, especially for like the emergency services aspect. So this would be the hub for everything, like booking all their appointments and everything, but I feel like a lot of things that people complain about with Life Alert and everything was that it just wasn't super usable, and so we can improve upon that.
You know what I would add to this, is you need the caregiver.
Like, yeah, I have a spot for like booking scheduled visit with companions and homemakers.
Cause really, cause a lot of times when somebody needs coordination of all that, it's basically you have to give it to, you know, like a family or something like that. And a lot of times, you know, the daughter or something takes care, you need some kind of coordinator with
And
it.
so they can schedule a visit, but also that would be someone who would be able to have access to everything. So they could see like all their prescriptions as well and see what happens in case of an emergency, like what's their preferred hospital, if they have DNR or anything like that.
So I would make the way, or maybe have a site, caregiver, family, and then like the end user.
Like different pages.
Different pages to focus on, you know, because I'm gonna be different if I'm the caregiver versus I'm elderly and I have mild dementia, I wouldn't even remember how to get to the site.
Yeah.
Or not, or these are the issues, you know? So that, and then what about funding?
Funding, we think we could get sponsorships and partner with established companies.
Yeah,
like
no, I think you
Companions
can, you know how sometimes they have those things of, they call it, the nanny or something like that, they're trying to give, set up people to be caregivers and to bring them into the home, or find them nursing facilities or something like that, where they need extra care. Okay, we gotta start. Okay, Chelsea, Ricky, and Anastasia, what's up?
Oh, the link was like on the,
Where was the link? Did I miss it?
yeah, it's that green. The link was on kind of the, front page, the website.
Oh, down below, okay, that's.
I had put in extra space so you can differentiate.
Yeah, and of course I don't see it. Okay.
So this is kind
Okay.
of what the website looks like now. I actually have the editor up, so
Okay.
she does, but we don't have it
Okay.
published yet. So, it's-
Diagnosis and solutions before the ER.
yeah, we tried.
Advanced, that needs to, well, we're done. Advanced AR technology. So what is this?
It's kind of the, it's kind of just a breakthrough of how the tech works. So you can, you scan the injury and it'll try and use the AR software to kind of use the image and figure out what's going on. That's kind of just a placeholder, we're still working.
Yeah, that needs to, that doesn't quite, you have to kind of come up with a problem. Short kind of pithy thing to give up with the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, of diagnosis solutions before the ER. It's really not before the emergency room, is that really what it is?
Yeah.
It's basically self-diagnosis. Before I call the doctor,
Yeah.
let me figure out what it is, or something like
It's
that.
just a placeholder for
Yeah,
now. Still
okay,
kind of looking at it.
okay.
Is there
And
like
the
a sheet you
objective,
can get to like claim that?
okay.
I'll wait until.
And then, we got some
Our beautiful
Artemia,
lives.
Artemia.
Actually, that's what we're changing right
Okay,
now.
okay, fine. Okay, so we gotta, this is not clear to me.
Yeah, we gotta change it.
Okay, so
I
we
was
gotta
mostly
start.
working on the app, but I won't let me publish it because it's.
Okay, who's, did I forget somebody?
Yeah.
Yes, no, we got all the group? Okay, so everybody knows what to do. Stay with me at the end of the class and I'll help everybody, but I think everybody knows basically what they need to do. And then the overview, they can kind of figure out what they need to do in the, overview. So, let me just close a couple of these, right, that I have. Okay, so let me just go to the courses and we can talk about it. I'm gonna go to, let's go to the BTE 450. Go with me there. Under quizzes, Were you at, did it work when you
Yeah,
asked
it
me?
did, yeah, thanks.
My pleasure. You can see here, healthcare information system standards, and the IT alignment and strategic planning, and we'll have one more quiz on IT governance and management. So let me make that available to you. Let me edit the test options first. So I'll edit the test options, open the test in the window as yes, make it available to students, yes, and I'll give you 2 times, okay? So we'll have 2 times, and we'll go to the end here and fill this out so you can get feedback. And we'll submit. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. The next part, the course, web links. Go all the way down to your web links. And click on where it says consumer engagement. This was a health informatics seminar that this person, Aaron Martin, was being interviewed here. And he worked 10 years at Amazon. Is Amazon getting into healthcare? Where did they buy? Where did they buy? Look it up. What did Amazon buy in healthcare?
They bought PillPack.
One, they bought PillPack, which does what?
Delivers prescriptions to your door.
Not only delivers prescription to your door, but puts all your pills that you have to do during the day, puts it all in one pack. What else did they buy? What else are they doing in healthcare? Roy, what else are they doing in healthcare? Amazon and healthcare.
Well, they're opening, I know they're opening up 2 new headquarters right now.
Yeah, but that's not in healthcare. Yes,
I know some.
Sean.
Well,
Good, you know. So let's work on it. What?
They're partnering with Berkshire Hathaway and JP Morgan to found their own healthcare system for their employees.
Okay, so they, and what's the purpose of that?
Lowering cost of insurance.
Well, what are they trying to do? So basically, let's say they got JP Morgan. Look at the companies that they picked. JP Morgan and who else?
Berkshire Hathaway?
And who's Berkshire Hathaway?
No.
Who is the head of Berkshire Hathaway? Warren Buffett. Have you heard of Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett does what? He basically invests in companies, right? He basically invests, so he's a big investor. What does JP Morgan do?
It's a bank.
It's investment banking to put together deals. So it wasn't just coincidence. Let me just pick 2 companies that have employees. But let me take 2 companies that when I want to start looking for mergers and acquisitions, they can help me and be my partner. So that's number 1. Number 2, it's what? I have a closed environment of employees that will give insurance and will give health care to those employees. And what's good that they're closed? Why is that good? It's a closed environment. Why is that good?
It's like a prototype.
It's like a prototype, number 1. So I have my employees. What can I do? I can bring healthcare to my offices. So one, I can bring the healthcare to my offices. I can bring, instead of healthcare, I can bring digital health to my patients. And I can use them as a prototype, and then I can expand. So it's interesting that they're allowing this to go through. What else went through this week that got approved? Is CVS and Aetna insurance. What happened with, what's going to be with that deal? I got ready the physical bricks and mortar of a pharmacy. I have what, Lauren?
They want to create like health hubs, like in CVS, and have Aetna reps there to like answer questions.
So I'm basically using those ideas. They took away, CVS used to sell cigarettes, and people say, oh, why are they getting rid of selling cigarettes? Because they knew in the end they want to be a health club. You just don't want to go into a health facility and see in the front counter right behind the cashier, cigarettes, right? I'm helping you with your health. By the way, I'm going to help you die, in the back, just quicker, right? And have a painful death. So it's interesting. They interviewed this guy that worked 10 years at Amazon, and he says, "Hey, is Amazon really doing? Is knowing their customer and making it easy and frictionless technology." So basically, what I liked as a result, it's interesting. They asked him. One is you have to pick and choose which issues to tackle. What's more, he told the audience, you got to innovate at the end of the value chains. Amazon started with books, and basically what he's saying here, they're just not even starting with books here, the publisher, is that you have to pick and choose with healthcare. So what's interesting here, hi.
It's ready whenever you're ready.
Okay, when she comes, then where are we going to go?
116.
116, we're going to do a field trip to 116.
Yeah.
Okay, and you'll be with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, what time is it now?
7:27.
Yeah, so in about 15 minutes,
All right.
stop by in 15 minutes and check us out. And then you'll take a tour.
All right.
Thank you so much. Okay, so basically, you're going to be this. How do I simply care for consumers? How do I enable revenue streams? How do I grow commercial care? How do I better serve Medicaid patients? And how do I better enable behavioral health? And one of the problems then you can read through this is putting it all together. And they're now trying to focus on women consumers. Why is healthcare focusing on women consumers? Men don't like to go to doctors, so why not focus on the men? Why women consumers? Lorna, why do you think?
More money.
But why?
Because they go to the doctor, wow.
And what else do they do? Women and families, what do?
Have kids.
They have kids, good. What else? Who's in charge usually, traditionally, of the health care of the family?
Mom.
The mom, right? So they're basically saying the key here is their female head of the household, that she controls 90% of the household health care spend. So she's basically, they say, basically the consumer. So basically they're saying we're going to focus in on women here that are consumers. And then they have something called the Wildfire, and basically they're doing what they call patient engagement leaders. So what they want to do here is they're looking at then that patient healthcare consumers to look at where they're having those sentences. So you can see in ways to engage the patient, and they're not, when you think about it, they call it health care. And that gives the impression that I'm going to have the patient, that I'm going to care for them, and what they're trying to think about it is digital health. And what do I mean by digital health? is it's consumer oriented. Many times I don't want you to take care of me, I need to find health devices, ways to keep me fit. Okay? So, that's that part. So that was the one link that I wanted you to see. And now let me get this. And open this up. So let's talk about standards. What's the key in standards that I talked about all the time? It's data. Why are standards important? Kelly, why are standards important in data?
Sure. My guess is that they keep things like strictly in like the parameters that they need to be, so people don't go like outside of what would be necessary to understand what's going on. Otherwise, I do not know.
Why do I need, Faith, why do I need standards in the data exchange?
Because if it's inconsistent, it's hard to make any conclusions off of it.
Think about it. What's our whole problem is interoperability. What's the key to data is that I want to draw inferences about my data to get better health outcomes. I want to find out information about to get my population more healthy. In order to do this, if I have data, we have to have standards, formats that can be read from computer to computer, I need to also have standards that from one department can read and transfer data to another efficiently. So when I enter a hospital and I go to admissions and admission sends me to x-ray, do I want to put my demographic information? Hi, how are you? Keep going. Do I want to be able to put that in again and again? Efficiently. So this is where I'm going to be doing my standards. And let me tell you, Dr. Overstein, we're going to go to another room.
Yes.
That can work on, you have your iPad with you?
I have my iPad, I have everything.
You have everything. So we're going to move to another room. Let me tell them that you're here. We're going to do a field trip. We're going to go for a field trip to no, they heard so much about you, Dr. Overstein, that even though they're so tired, you know,
the latest I've ever been here.
I know it is the latest, and what it is they're going to be in a situation where Dr. Oberstein is here. Do you want us to go down? We're just afraid that everybody, where do you want us to go? You wanna just shepherd us down there? Can we just try to do it here? It'll maybe be just easier. And then we'll go the next time, because she's here. How easy, is it gonna be, can we get her just her iPad just up and running from here? Oh, you don't, so we have to go down there. Okay, we're gonna go down now at 116, and we're gonna take count, we're gonna take everybody's picture and make sure everybody gets to 116, right? That's what Dr. Oberstein brought her iPad, she's gonna just scan the whole room to make sure she's gonna count, right? And then they can all be working for modernizing medicine. She has great jobs. Okay, so we're gonna go to 116 now, right? You wanna show me the recording, okay? And we'll even take we'll take the phones. James, can you do me a favor and we'll take the phones with us? Okay? No. But I want someone to go down. Craigie, while I left all my pins that I used.
Well, you can add a thing to I'm gonna look at that when she's going in my hand.
I was showing you have something where I can scare John.
116.
I can be. We can make it happen. We can make secure.